There are a lot of books coming out between now and the end of the year, and I have a list, so let's get into it. But before we get into it, if this is your kind of content, then subscribe. There's plenty more where that came from. First up is The Wolves of War by John Gwynne. This is the start of a brand new series called The Wolfheart Chronicles, which is inspired by Slavic mythology. A conquered people, a father who will do anything to protect his daughter. And that daughter, Halia, has been trapped in her own body since birth, but she runs with wolves in her dreams and communes with the fae of the forest, and may be the only one who can save what's left of her world. If you've followed along with my Faithful in the Fallen journey, then you know that I think John Gwynne is one of the best ones doing it right now. And Wolves of War seems like it has everything I love about his work. Family at the center, incredible characters, huge bloody stakes, and a world that feels like it has already survived something terrible. Next, Maya, Seed Takes Root by Anand Gandhi and Zain Memon, out on August 25th. That's so soon. I covered an early version of Maya about a year ago, and then recently a couple weeks ago, but the full published novel is here. On the planet of Ned, the living forest called Maya is the world's neural network. Every citizen tethers to it daily. Every thought tracked, every future predicted, everyone controlled. Everyone except Yache, a 19-year-old boy who has never tethered, making him invisible to the gods of data. Jealous. This is science fiction and fantasy and philosophy and mythology all in one. And like I said in my last video about Maya, the magic system is biology, which is like so stinking cool. Thirdly is The Knave in the Moon by Rachel Gillig, which is out September 1st. This is the finale of the Stonewater Kingdom duology and the sequel to The Knight and the Moth. Sybil is captive, the cathedral is in ruins, the king has taken her as his bride, and a mysterious man with no name and no memory is climbing the tournament lists. Rachel Gillig writes magic systems with real flair and imagination, which, you know, is like exactly my thing. And admittedly, I was not huge on The Knight and the Moth when I read it like a year ago, but after reading Two Twisted Crowns, which I loved, and also the majority of Throne of Glass, my opinion on The Knight and the Moon has softened a little bit over time, and my appreciation for Rachel Gillig's command of the genre has really blossomed, and I am very much here for the conclusion. Fourth is The Thrice-Bound Fool by Christopher Buehlman, which is out October 13th. This is the follow-up to The Black-Tongue Thief, which I read last year and I loved. You might even say I raved about it, because seriously, it is so good. Kinch Na Shanak, professional thief and inveterate disaster, has found a book, a stolen sentient tome that tries to kill him every time he opens it, and often when it's closed. But the fate of the world depends on him deciphering it anyways. This series is described as D&D meets The Witcher, which I think is dead on. And Buehlman has a knack for language and wit that puts him firmly among the greats. I still haven't read The Daughter's War though, so I should do that soon. And finally, Baldur's Gate 3 Astarion by T. Kingfisher, out September 29th. This is a prequel. Astarion before the events of the game, under control of the vampire lord Cazador in the darkest chapter of his story. Kingfisher herself issued a warning. This book is dark. It ends in a dark place. And the audiobook is narrated by Neil Newbon, who voiced the character in the game, which is an exceptional touch. I played Baldur's Gate 3. I am currently in the middle of like my 5th playthrough. I am very much here for this. If you didn't have any of these on your radar before, now you do, you're welcome. Let me know if any of those sound interesting. There's a lot of reading left to do this year. Bye.